Hey everybody, this is the Esoteric Cross. My name is Will and I make videos about how to gain your personal power while learning ancient secrets. If that sounds like something that you're into, please hit the like button and subscribe and gain insight from this perspective in the cosmos. Explore the wisdom of tarot cards and how they can assist you with guidance within your life. This video is going to be a dive into how to read tarot cards and use them for guidance. Tarot has been used for hundreds of years to get deeper insights and often has been used as a way of predicting the future. My favorite use of tarot is to get deeper insights into the questions that I have about situations or life. They're a great way at uncovering hidden feelings within because of how they bring things to the surface from the subconscious. The first thing that we need to talk about when we're getting into doing tarot readings is obviously intuition. Intuition can be like a talent that people come into life with. But intuition can always be cultivated. We are all connected, and you are connected to the source of all consciousness, and the link into this is through the subconscious mind. So understanding how to work with the subconscious is key to developing a very strong intuition. One thing that I've also learned about intuition is being able to use logic and feelings together. I think a strong intuition has to do partly with analysis and partly with feelings, and what it is that we know. Being analytical is helpful when it comes to intuition because the analysis is what filters out information that doesn't necessarily make sense. If you're giving a tarot reading for somebody else, you have to take into account the question that they're asking, their personality, and what are their desires and hopes. What is it that they're looking for from the reading? Developing intuition when it comes to the cards is going to help you to see certain things that come out within the cards. This boils down to symbolism and the information that these symbols give to your subconscious mind. One of the best ways to get a deeper understanding of the cards is to do a reading for yourself every day, and of course reading the book can be very helpful in the beginning. I highly suggest getting the Rider-Waite-Smith deck because this is one of the most popular tarot decks, and these are the cards that most people think of when they think of tarot. This is also a very powerful deck because Arthur Waite, who designed these cards with Pamela Colman Smith, they were both members of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which practiced ceremonial magic. This order is very important when it comes to the occult and esoteric ideas. We can see a very strong connection between these cards with the path of ceremonial magic as well as Cabala. Understanding these three things and how they relate to each other is also going to up-level your tarot readings and your understanding of tarot. You can see that the major arcana is actually showing us a path of initiation. Take a strong look at these cards and their path and meditate on these cards going from 0 to 21. There are also other ways that you can break the major arcana apart and observe these cards. One book that I highly recommend is called 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. To get more information on Kabbalah, you can read Simplified Kabbalah Magic by Ted Andrews and also the iconic classic by Dion Fortune, Mystical Kabbalah. She even states in this book to be wary of getting readings done by people who are not initiated because there may be a less of an understanding of these esoteric topics. I personally do not think that there's anything wrong with getting a reading done by somebody who is not initiated into any occult system, but I can say that I can tell a difference between getting readings done by somebody who has a deep understanding of the occult. I still think getting readings done by people who are not initiated is totally fine, especially if you can connect with that person and there's something that you feel like you can get from the reading, so don't let that stop you. The point that I wanted to bring up by that statement is that getting a deeper understanding of the occult and understanding the connection between these three systems is going to up-level your readings by a lot. They may resonate more with people and they will likely be more accurate. The advice given within the readings and the guidance will be more accurate, practical, and useful. Take your time with studying these systems, and in the meantime, continue to give yourself a reading every single day, whether this is just pulling one card a day or doing a 3-card spread. One of my favorite spreads is a 4-card spread, which is related to the 4 elements. The top card can be the mental body, air. The bottom card can be the emotional body, water. The left card could be the spiritual body, fire. And the right card could be the physical body, earth. This is a great way to get familiar with the 4 elements, so the mental card could represent what's going on within your mind. The emotional card might represent what is going on within your feelings. It might also represent your intuition and what it is that you're needing to accept. The spiritual card might represent where your energy is placed at the moment and what spiritual lessons you're learning. The physical card will represent the body, the health, the finances, career, and what it is that you're actually physically manifesting. I would recommend pulling the book when you're first getting started with reading tarot, especially with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and I would also say to start with these cards because they'll probably be the most related to these occult ideas, and the book should have useful information on them. This can also help you memorize the cards. Symbolism is a huge thing that is going to help you with your tarot readings. When it's time to put the book away and just read the cards, you may be relying a little bit on the memorization of the meanings of the cards, but I would encourage you to take a minute within your readings and just really look at the symbolism and become curious about certain things that maybe you see that you've never seen before. And this will happen throughout your life in your journey within tarot. I still find new things that I've never seen before or never really paid attention to, and that's because there's so much symbolism within these cards that's really rich. You will find new layers and meanings to these cards over the years, and one thing that I've been told to do that really helped me is to meditate on the major arcana before falling asleep and as soon as I wake up in the morning. This is because the subconscious mind is very impressionable at these times. We are in between wakefulness and asleep. This gives you a chance to let the symbolism sink into your subconscious. It may be helpful to keep a notebook, and each time you see new symbols that you're curious about, write them down in the book and do a bit of research. This will help you uncover new meanings to the cards. You can also use free association with the symbols. Here's a tarot card meditation that might help you. Put a card in front of you and fix your gaze on the outline of the card. Don't focus on anything specific within the card, just the outline. Stay in this state for as long as you'd like, but most likely some symbol will pop out at you. Get curious about the symbol. In basic terms, what does the symbol represent? What is it used for? Answer your question and follow that up with another question. This will lead into a chain of thoughts or maybe a chain of questions that may reveal something very important about the card. You may do this with a few symbols within the card and then link them together to get an all-around better view of the meaning of the card. Getting deeper, well-rounded knowledge of tarot, Cabala, and ceremonial magic is going to be a fantastic way at leveling up your tarot readings. And some of that might be a daunting task, but a great place to start is just meditating on the Kabbalistic tree of life, memorizing a correspondence here and there, and getting to know the 4 elements very well. A very basic rundown of this Kabbalistic tree of life is that it has 4 worlds that are associated with the 4 suits in tarot. Each sphere along the tree is called a sephira, and they're considered to be aspects of consciousness and creation. Each one has a function and a quality and is associated with some astrological body. The bottom sphere on the tree is called Malkuth, and that means kingdom. It's associated with earth and the 4 elements. This is the fruit of the tree of life, which means this represents the 3D physical reality as it pertains to the process of creation. Getting really familiar with this sphere is the first step. Understand the 4 elements: earth, air, water, and fire. Understanding those will help you to understand the 4 suits and the 4 worlds of Kabbalah. Spheres 3 through 9 are representing planetary energies, as it pertains to the classical planets to the ancients: Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon. Hakma is the wheel of the zodiac, and Kether is the fixed stars. Kabbalah is a complex topic and can be kind of confusing, and if you want more information on it and given in a simple way, check out my course on Kabbalah. You can see that listed in the description below, and I also have a course on studying Kabbalah with tarot, which will be very useful for your tarot readings. The major arcana cards are associated with different paths along the tree, which run between the spheres. But each major arcana card is also associated with a specific sphere on the tree, and I go into detail about that in my course. Each card numbered 1 through 10 of the minor arcana is also associated with that same number sphere on the tree of life. So understanding the tree will pretty much tell you the meaning of that card. For example, all of the 10s will have to do with either manifestation or physicality, or the burdens of physicality, because of their association with the 10th sphere, Malkuth. Some things that you can ask yourself while you're giving a tarot reading is, what sphere on the Kabbalistic tree of life does this card represent? What part of occult initiation does this card represent? What is the guidance of this phase, and what is this card telling me to do? Something else that you can do is use oracle cards to clarify your tarot readings, and I love doing this. You could also do this the other way around if you wanted to. If something in your reading wasn't clear, then you can pull an oracle card. There are so many different types of oracle decks, and I recommend using an oracle deck that is related to what it is that you study or something that you would like to learn more about. So for example, I have an oracle deck on the Kabbalistic Tree of Life, I have an oracle deck on sacred geometry, and I have oracle decks related to inner child work. These are either topics that I know about or topics that I enjoy learning about from reading the guidebooks. Using oracle cards can help you with finding synchronicities which can confirm or reaffirm the messages that are within the reading. Don't be discouraged if you've been having trouble with learning tarot or with giving readings that you feel like are accurate or useful. This is a process that takes time, and with any topic of study, it takes time and effort to learn. It's a new skill, and it takes time and effort to hone in on your intuition. It also takes experience, just general experiences within life, to be able to give advice and guidance and to see that within the cards. Make sure to check out my course on studying tarot with the Kabbalistic Tree of Life, which is something that most courses in tarot don't offer. Check out that link below, and I also have a membership with a great community that focuses on Magick, tarot, and Cabala, which you can also see linked in the description. You can also see a link to where you can book a tarot reading with me, and I'll also leave the link to my Patreon if you're interested in some live streams. And hope that there was something new that you were able to take away from this video. If so, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.